Hello everyone, welcome back to the Celebrity Issue channel. Now we will discuss about the annals of music history. There's a tantalizing tale of a night when three titans of the industry, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and David Bowie, nearly united to form a supergroup. It was a moment that seemed destined to redefine the boundaries of rock and roll forever. Let's check it out. The night John Lennon, Paul McCartney and David Bowie nearly formed a supergroup. It is never completely reliable to rely on the fuzzy memories of individuals engaged, especially considering the excesses that fueled the rock music golden age. When David Bowie announced that he almost formed a supergroup with none other than John Lennon and Paul McCartney one night, that was probably the first thing people thought of. After briefly escaping the chaos of Los Angeles, where Bowie was rapidly deteriorating due to his cocaine-addled lifestyle, he spent several months holed up in New York's Pierre Hotel in 1974. One night, he heard a knock at his hotel door. He was not expecting two former members of the Beatles to pay him a visit, particularly John Lennon, who he considered a childhood hero. If it turned out to be a drug-induced hallucination, you could understand, but in a later interview, Bowie expressed his surprise at seeing the two giants in front of him. He said to Marc Riley on BBC Six Radio Music, "It was New York, around 1974, and I think it was around the first time they had gotten back together again," in reference to John and Paul. "And after occupying a suite at the Pierre Hotel for several months, I heard a knock at the door. John was there, accompanied by Paul, at around 3 in the morning. It was excellent. We have been talking all evening. It must have been the first time they were back together since the big bust-ups," she said, alluding to the contentious breakup of the Beatles 4 years prior. "They actually asked me if I'd join the two of them and become a trio with them, and we'd change the name to something like David Bowie and the Beatles because they liked the idea of it being DBB. Bowie groaned as he spoke to Riley, saying, "But, you know, the next morning it just never came to anything." Despite this, he continued to collaborate with Lennon. The Imagine icon worked with Bowie to co-write and give backing vocals for the fake soul single, Fame, from the album Young Americans in 1975. Bowie expressed his admiration for Lennon later in life, saying, "He was one of the major influences on my music life. I simply believed that he embodied the pinnacle of rock and roll and ideas." It was evident that the encounter and collaboration with an artist who had such a significant impact on him struck a chord. Even though the DBB didn't pan out, Bowie's desire to meet famous musicians was fulfilled. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next video.